Hello, team. Hey, guys. Rob Mamula here. Late night. That's why I'm in a t-shirt, guys. But I want to get this training out to you because I think that this is absolutely going to be the linchpin in many of you out there that are watching on our team's business growth. And I'm just going to share this with you guys. This was a training that got shared with us by Advocare's highest paid distributors this past maybe week and a half ago, and it has radically changed our business, the way that we operate, our mindset. I mean, it is just mind blowing. And here's the thing, there's nothing new that you're going to hear on this. There's no new secret. There's no new anything. It's just going to give you the keys to laying out your day so that you're effective with Advocare and you can build a high level business here. You know, our goal is to have at least 2 more families here in the Austin area that we're working with that want to earn $5,000 to $10,000 a month on a part-time basis by the end of this year. And our goal team-wide is to have absolutely no less than 10 individuals at that gold 3-star level making $3,000 to $5,000 a month by August Success School. And so I think this training is going to absolutely do that. It's going to blow your socks off, and I'm going to show you how to work your Advocare business. You guys on this, you know that it's one-on-ones, 2-on-ones, 3-way phone calls, mixers, large group meetings, and Success School. That's our success system. That's it. You just plug people into those things. That will never, ever change. I'm going to simplify it even more for you guys out there. Our business is about 2 things: retailing product and recruiting distributors in the marketplace. We're finding others that want to earn income and use the vehicle of Advocare to do it. And it's even simpler than that. We just boil it down to this. Our business is about talking to people. So the challenge is always, how do I find a way to talk to people, and how do I schedule my day? Because if you're watching this webinar, you are most likely working your Advocare business on a part-time basis, which is what we highly recommend. In fact, I want to encourage you that you don't even think about becoming a full-time Advocare distributor until you're earning 3 times your monthly salary at your job with Advocare, and you have 3 months of monthly expenses stored up in the bank. Then you can think about stepping away from your job to be a full-time Advocare distributor. But until then, work your business on a part-time basis. We did. We worked it on a part-time basis outside of 80 hours a week, and we built it up to a point where it was paying us $12,000 to $15,000 a month, and that is the point where I decided to step away. Now, that was 6 times my monthly income. So that was a safe place for us to be. And guys, I truly believe that this is going to be the key to just incredible growth, incredible breakthrough, pins popping all over the team. And I wish somebody had shown this to me, 2.5 years ago, because it's what I'm about to show you is just going to light your socks on fire. You're going to love it. This was shared to us from Danny McDaniel. Danny and Diane are the top paid, #1 distributors in Advocare. And so, we're going to listen to what they say. And I want to share with you guys, this is the layout of how you should be laying out your day. So this was the layout he gave us. This is what they did in, I believe, 1997 and 1998 to go from 0 to $25,000 a month in 13 months. These guys made $125,000 or somewhere around there their first year in Advocare. The second year made $500,000 in Advocare. Third year, $800,000 in Advocare. And the fourth year, over $1 million in Advocare earnings. And so this is exactly what they did, and I am going to input what we do as well. So I want to share this with you very quickly. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see this. This is how you should structure your day. This is not, there's no crazy new information on here. This is just how do you structure your day. So, you might be full-time employed right now and you've got kids. Great. From 6 to 8 a.m., you get your kids off to school. That's time for your prayer, reflection, personal growth. You're listening to the Charlie Regis CDs in your car. You're reading a book. You are listening to a podcast or a CD, whatever it is that you do, that's when you're doing it. You're not listening to talk radio. You're not listening to music in the car because that doesn't pay you any money. You're turning your car into a library. You're becoming a student of personal growth from 6 to 8 a.m. Okay. At 8 a.m., and sorry that they showed 8 a.m. twice on there. Sorry about that. From 8 a.m. to 1, that's your creative time. That's your creativity, your marketing, meeting new people. That's product delivery time. That's, I put a couple of options on here. How do we get out and meet new people? Well, for most of you, it's still your warm market connection, right? You need to go through, until you've been in this business for 2 years, the bottom line is you have not touched your warm market. So don't even think about saying that. Don't tell your leader that. Don't say that to anybody because that's just foolish. You have a warm market and it is not going to be tapped until you have done AdvoCare for 2 years and consistently talk to people for 2 years. Okay, so in the beginning, it's just warm market. That may just be connecting with 3 brand new people in your warm market. That could be networking groups. Now, remember, I'm showing you a schedule for maybe a full-time employed AdvoCare person, and I'm going to come back and show you how you with a job are going to work it exactly the same way. Okay, so if you do not currently have a job, there is absolutely no reason that you should not be in a networking group, a meetup group, a group fitness class, something every single day that puts you around multiples of people from the hours of 8 to 1 p.m. There is no reason. There is too many things. Get on Google in your area and type in networking groups, type in meetup groups, type in group fitness. Heck, you don't even need money to go to these things. They're free in most cases. So figure out a way to get in front of new people from 8 to 1 p.m. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'll give you some ideas, but this is where you get creative. You think about what strengths do you bring to the table? What can you do? What connections do you have? What do your friends do? How can they connect you and be a resource for your business? And then get in front of some new people to share your story. That's it. That's all we do. Okay, so from 8 to 1, we're getting in front of new people and we're being creative. We're letting our creative juices flow. From 1 to 3, we do errands. So that's our errands time, right? If I have taxes to pay or bills to pay or whatever, that's when I hit that from 1 to 3. That's my time for errands. From 3 to 7, this is what Danny said, and this blew my mind. These guys absolutely were one of the fastest people to diamond ever in the history of the company. From 3 to 7 was his family time. That's when he hung out with his boys. And Diane might have done, 3-way calls for follow-up on product, or this also may be a great time for you to do the promotion of upcoming events. And if you have a team of distributors, this is a great time to inform your distributors on what's coming up so they can promote it, okay? Because the reason being is you don't want to waste any time from 7 to 10 p.m. informing your team, because from 7 to 10 p.m., that is our prime time. That is business hours in AdvoCare. All right. The faster that everybody on this webinar understands that we run a nighttime business, the faster your check is going to grow. Okay. Television is not going to pay you. Whatever you normally do from the hours of 7 to 10, if it is not currently giving you financial time or time freedom, cut it out and start making calls from 7 to 10. You just spent the last 4 hours with your family. So from 7 to 10, it's time to do 3-way phone calls, mixers, 2-on-1 appointments. This is not the time to call your downline distributors and find out how they're doing. Those people that are trying to build a business, you're not spending any time mentoring them, teaching them, training them, or informing them. You've already informed them from the hours of 3 to 7. And you can get back on the phone from 10 to midnight and inform them some more. But from 7 to 10, when people are available off of work, that is when you do business. That is open business hours in AdvoCare. And we are talking to people. We are in the success system. We are putting people on calls. That is our prime time. We're not sending out emails. We're not doing any busy work. That's prime time. And then from 10 to midnight, that's when you can do mentoring. That's when you can recap with your teammates. That's when you can send out emails and do busy work if you want, because you know what? You generally can't talk to people during that time about AdvoCare. So that is the schedule, guys. And I want to encourage you, if you're fully employed, you know what? from the hours of 8 to 1 p.m., you may not be able to get out and do a booth, but you can meet 1 to 2 to 3 new people in your workplace. You can go to a new place for lunch. You can actually open up your mouth and start having conversations at the normal places you go anyways. From 8 to 1, you can put 3 new people in the pipeline. You can write out a list of your warm market people that you haven't connected with and get in touch with them. Find creative ways to get into their life. The best thing to do is just to call them, but you don't want to sacrifice work time. So you can hit that on your lunch break. But just having that mentally blocked out, 8 to 1, you're meeting new people. We have a lot of teachers on our team. Teachers, guess what? From 8 to 1, you can meet new people. You can say hello to parents as they drop their kids off at school, and you can have a conversation with them, and you can find out, what's going on in their life, so that the next time you see them, they're likely to open up. They're going to tell you a problem that's going on, and you can position AdvoCare as a solution and say, I've got to tell you about this. I know you're dropping your kid off at school, but I've got to follow up with you tonight because I'm so excited. Here's what's happened for me. And I'd be happy to help you with that as well. Man, come on. Let's talk to some people from 8 to 1, okay? From 1 to 3, if you're fully employed, this may not be your errands time. This is just work time for you, okay? So don't worry about AdvoCare. You're working hard from 1 to 3. From 3 to 7, you may still be working. Sorry, guys. But you know what? When you get off, maybe you get off at 5 p.m. From 5 to 7, why don't you block that out as family time? Why don't you spend 2 quality hours with your wife and your kids, or your husband and your kids, and just focus on them and what they're doing? Maybe you're taking the kids to the ball field, or maybe you're playing with them. You're spending time with your family so that they understand why you're doing AdvoCare, is to create more moments like this in your day. And of course, you can promote the events to your team and form your team during that time. A great time to do that is on your drive home if you're fully employed. Again, stop entertaining yourself in your car and start creating a fortune by getting on the Bluetooth and talking to people during those times when you've got to be in the car anyways. It takes at least 30 minutes for most people to get home. So get on the Bluetooth and start informing your team of the upcoming events so that when you get home, you can check out for 2 hours, check in with the family. And if you do that, I guarantee you that from 7 to 10, family's going to say, you know what, go for it, because we know why you're doing this. So from 7 to 10, you turn it on. That's 3-way phone calls, mixers, 2-on-1 appointments, no mentoring, no busy work. You are creating business during that time. Guys, if we do that, you will see a huge growth in your business. All right. I mean, there's just no reason not to. There's absolutely no reason not to rock that schedule. We've been doing it now for like 5 days, and it brings structure to our day. It tells me exactly what I'm going to do. So you know what? If we don't have something scheduled, if we don't have something on, like tomorrow, I have a networking group. So that's great. I check that box. From 8 to 1, I have at least one creative way to get in front of new people and share my story. Okay. But if we didn't have something like that on, then Jody and I would need to go back to our drawing board, go back to our book where we just brainstormed how we're going to get in front of new people. And we're going to look at those options. And if it means that we got to sit at a coffee shop, for the first 3 hours of the morning, and just talk to random people that come in and say hello, we're going to do that. Because from 8 to 1, the schedule runs our life. From 8 to 1, that's creativity. That's new people. That's marketing. That is what we're doing to generate new leads, new prospects, new customers, new distributors, and eventually new advisors. Okay. And then 7 to 10, our business, I love what Wes Bewley says. He says, look, you can make a living from 9 to 5, but you can make a fortune from 5 to 9 in AdvoCare if you take advantage of it properly. So let's go out and make a fortune for you. The reason that people don't earn money here in AdvoCare is because either you've got so much time that I'll do it sometime during the day, and sometime never happens, and there's no structure. Or you set calls with people like, I'll call you in the afternoon. Well, you know what? With this structure, that's not what you do. if they ordered product from you and you're going to run it to them, you're going to drop it off to them, which, by the way, I think you should get back to, because I've been doing that now, and our retail sales are absolutely through the roof. It's incredible. I love it. Hey, I can bring this product by from the hours of 8 to 1. And if you're at work, you know what? You can bring it by on your lunch hour, because every product is a seed. Every box of Spark is a seed. Every box of M&S is a seed that's going to grow into a flipping oak tree of branches of people that are on product, people building a business, and a lifetime of income for you if you'll just get after it. All right. So from 8 to 1, that's when you drop off product. From 3 to 7, that's when you do follow-up maybe on products. That's when you follow up with your people on a 24-day challenge. So you're not just, arbitrarily whenever it happens, it happens. No, from 3 to 7, I can follow up with you. What time will work? I need 5 minutes. Right? You set the schedule, you dictate the course of your action, and then just make sure that by any means necessary, you get something done in there that needs to be done. And the more that you can get done, the better. If you can drop off product and meet new people and find creative ways to get in front of more people at different times in the month, that's even better. That's a win. But do what you can do it consistently, and do it in those time frames. All right? I don't want to have a bunch of you guys calling us from the hours of 7 to 10 to talk about, can we look through reports and yada, yada, yada. Nope. We're going to do 3-way phone calls for you, because that puts money in your pocket. We're going to do 2-on-1 appointments for you, because that puts money in your pocket. And we're going to do mixers for you, because that puts money in your pocket. From 10 to midnight, we'll get on the phone with you and coach it up, and let's mentor and talk as much as you want. We would love it. Okay. But from 7 to 10, that's prime time. So let's get after it. I want you guys to think about this. If you gave yourself 10 hours a day for work and travel, and 8 hours a day for sleep, that's 18 hours. Then you give yourself 3 hours a day for meals and conversation. That's 21 hours. Everybody on the planet still has 3 hours left in their day. 3 hours, guys. That's over 35 hours a week that we could be working and sharing AdvoCare with people. Sorry, that's 21 hours a week. I don't know how I got 35. Sorry. That's 21 hours a week that we could be building a business. You know what? It took us about 4 to 6 hours a week to build a $10,000 a month income here in AdvoCare. And we did that while we were fully employed. So nobody has a lack of time. We have a lack of prioritizing that time. And so I want to encourage you, use this plan, use it, put it in place. Do not watch this webinar tonight and go, oh, well, you don't understand my schedule at work. Okay. That's not going to help you achieve freedom. Look at it and go, how can I fit this into what's going on in my life right now and make it happen? There's always some way for you to get in touch with new people. There's always a way for you to be creative. There's always a way. So, and then the other thing is, if you find yourself in those time blocks, and those aren't, it's not like you can't do a 3-way phone call from 3 to 7, take that with a grain of salt. But when you structure out your day, then you begin to build momentum in this business, because when you find yourself from 7 to 10, hey, guess what? If from 7 to 10, you don't have 3-way phone calls, you don't have mixers, you don't have 2-on-1 appointments with your team, then what you're doing is you're calling new people. You're creating ways, you're getting in front of new people so that you can get on 3-way phone calls with your leader, your mentor, the person that's helping you. So I want to encourage you guys, take this and put it in place. I wanted to share one other thing with you guys. There's also a fantastic DMO thing that he took us through, but that's all we have time for, guys. I feel like if we just do this, if we just structure that day, you're going to see incredible breakthrough in your business. So I hope you enjoyed this. Share this with your team members so they can see how they should be structuring out their day. And then let's just go to work. Let's talk to new people. That's what our whole business is about, is sharing your story and linking arms with somebody that finds that interesting. People that say, I want to hear more about that. Great. Now we're going to put them into the success system, and we are going to rock and roll. So with that, you guys take care. God bless.